Hey guys, this is Bob with Narrow Automation, and I'm making this video about debt collections and starting a collection agency. So I have my video topics up right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to jot down any notes, something that might come up throughout the course of this video, so that I can remember to come back and cover it, so I don't go off on any tangents. Right now, the problem that I keep finding myself looking at is that there are too many video topics. There's not a day that I wake up and I don't want to record a video and go do a deep dive about something really interesting about debt collections. But deciding what topic that's going to be is so incredibly difficult. And I feel like I can't cover one thing without covering other things. And I'm sure you guys have noticed I don't want to, edit these videos. I don't want to make it a big production. I just want to be able to give you guys some information on the fly every time. I get these recurring questions all the time, so I want to be able to answer them without making it a whole day long ordeal, because I tried doing the more higher level production thing. I tried editing my videos, and it's just too time consuming, especially with everything I've got going on right now. Anyways, let's jump into this. So I keep getting the same question from Slack, but specifically on email. I don't know which videos have my email address listed. If any of you happen to know that, please let me know, because I'm trying to get it removed. I used to think it was a good idea to have my email address listed there, but it's not. I just get flooded with emails at this point from every debt collector that got their first bonus check and wants to open up a collection agency, to investors overseas that want to get into the debt market and they can't find any information about it online, and everyone in between. So I want to get my email address taken down offline. If any of you know where it is, please let me know so I can fix that. But what I will do in turn is I will create a better, a better stream to contact me and speak with myself or other people like me, because I know other experienced people that would be happy to help you guys as well, and I'll get them into the Slack group. By the way, if you're not in the Slack group, please join it, because it's the one place where I can jump in every couple days and sort of catch up on my messages and answer everybody all at once. I'm sure I probably have a backlog of messages right now. So if you're waiting to hear from me, I feel like I've said this before, but if you're waiting to hear from me, please be patient. I have a lot on my plate right now, and I'm definitely not going to be able to get back to it today. So can you help me? The short answer is no. I'm going to write articles, I'm going to put out videos, and I'm going to build some software that will really help you. I'm going to provide you guys with resources that will really help you. But as far as like a one-on-one relationship, I really don't even have time to do things I enjoy doing right now. I'm staying incredibly busy. Maybe that will change in the future, but you're going to have to be patient and hang out in the Slack group if you want that to potentially be the case someday. I'm really sorry. I really just can't help everybody, in that one-on-one capacity. As much as I would like to, it's too time consuming. Anyways, moving on. Where do I buy debt? No matter how many times I give an answer to this question, I feel like it's not satisfactory, and I'm sorry if you're expecting a better answer, because I don't really have a good answer right now. But I'll try to sum this up into the best possible way I know how. The only way that you're going to find a good source for debt is by networking. Through trial and error, you're probably going to lose a little bit of money. There's that catch-22 where if you spend a lot of money, you're more likely to get something that's going to perform better. If you spend somewhere between $1,000 and $5,000, you're probably going to get some of the more bottom of the barrel type of accounts. So there's definitely a risk reward payoff there, because as a first-time debt buyer, you're dealing with debt brokers who might not always be the most honest or ethical people, and they will exploit that. So never tell someone that you're a first-time debt buyer, but I have to be honest with you, the questions that you ask them are going to reveal that. So make sure you do your research, and the best thing I can tell you is just network. Find an agency that's currently operational, do whatever you have to do to get in with them, and just network. It's the best thing you can do. Buying debt from an agency where you can go in on purchases with them when they have something that's tried and true is so much better than going to any broker. And then if you have enough money to buy stuff direct, that's obviously the best option, because you always know it's going to be clean, but you're dealing with something that's more expensive and you might not make your money back on the first pass. That's a different business model, but I'm sorry, I don't have a one solution fits all type of thing for you and say, hey, go to this website, this is a good place to buy debt. I would really like to build that network myself someday. I haven't done it yet, so we'll see about that in the future. But from right now, do your research, network as much as you can, save your money, and expect that you're probably going to lose some money. If you can get your infrastructure up and running, there are people who will potentially give you a placement so you can try some debt out before you buy it, maybe on a smaller scale. But you need to be up and running and have a way to accept payments, and start building your reputation. So again, not a great answer, but it's the best one that I know how to give. Now the software that I've been building, I've told you guys a little bit about it, and this is going to sound a little bit petty, but you're going to see in these next few things I'm going to show you, I'm feeling a little bit paranoid at the moment, and that's because I've spoken with some of the larger debt collection software companies, and I'm really starting to get the feeling that that they don't like that I'm building this, and I have very limited resources. I have no doubt that a lot of these other companies, if they wanted to, they could take a team of 5 or 6 people and throw them on it and knock out some of the cool things I'm trying to do inside of a week. But the reason that I think that this is innovative is because I really don't think that they're going to do that. But I don't want to be overly explicit about what it is that I'm doing, especially before it's finished. So I'll show you guys a little idea of what I'm doing, but you'll see I redacted a lot of stuff out of there because I'm being very paranoid. Even if it seems a little bit arrogant, I don't care. Better safe than sorry, because I put too much time and energy into this right now. But you can actually pre-register for it right now. So the website is Debt.ooo. If you go here, you can put your email address in there, and there's another one at the bottom. They both they go to the same place, but there's some questions and answers on there that might help put things into perspective for you. I would highly recommend signing up here. You're not going to be getting spam or anything like that. You're just going to get a notification once it's ready, to sign up for the beta use. Now, when is that coming? It's hard to say, because hypothetically speaking, I could take somebody right now that has a debt portfolio and I could manually load it for them and they'd be good to go. And it would perform all the basic functions that they need to run their agency to a reasonable degree. That doesn't necessarily mean that I would consider it ready. I'm also maybe overly paranoid about releasing it before I have enough features integrated. I don't want to put something out there and have it be the sort of like the bare minimum. I want to put something out there and have people really blown away by what it is the first time they use it. So, it's a little bit iffy. And every time I set a deadline, I'm never satisfied with where I'm at that point. But I'm also doing this competition called Pioneer. It's a startup accelerator, and right now I'm number 20 in the Eastern U.S. and 94 globally. And this kind of sucks because yesterday I was number 11 in the East, but Monday, today's a Monday, is when the updates go out, the status updates, and it looks like there were a lot of people that registered this week. So who knows what the case is, but I got bumped a little bit down the list. I'm a little bit upset about that, but that's okay. I haven't lost any motivation, and it's going to be awesome. The simplest answer I have for this, what is Portfolio? It's actually, there's two things. There's Debt Out of Office, which is Debt.ooo, which is I think it's a really cool domain name. And then Portfolio, Debt Portfolio, whatever, it's hard to say. Those are two different products that do two different things, but in paying for one, the other one's going to be free. So you'll see what that means at some point down the line. I want to be vague about it right now, and I hope you guys can understand that. Payment processing. I've beaten this concept, this topic to death like a dead horse, and I'm not going to go on about it. But you could get approved for electronic check processing. I'm partnering up with a company that's going to do this. I'm going to integrate them right in with the software so that any startup agency could be able to process electronic checks right from day one. If you need the information for this, for the company that's doing this, I'll leave a link in the description below. But just know that you don't have to rush into this. If you don't own a portfolio yet, I would say maybe apply for processing after you own a portfolio. I know that sounds a little bit counterintuitive, but it's almost like one of those things you don't want to apply for too early. If you apply too early, you're not going to get approved, and then your volume isn't going to be right. You really want to, I'm not going to turn this whole video into a payment processing thing, but e-checks are a good place to start because it's the one thing that will approve a debt buyer. They'll approve a startup. They're not going to give you a hard time about it. So I'll leave the information for that below, and my platform does integrate with it. And then creditors. This is something else. This is a video idea that I had. So if you guys are interested in this, let me know. Please comment on this or message me on Slack and let me know. So I've got a list of 1,818 creditors. And granted, some of these are duplicates here. Some of these are probably like misspelled, I would imagine. But there's probably, I don't know, maybe 1,000 here. I would be more than happy to go through some of the more, some of the more common ones and, maybe like give a little bit of review on it. These are the types of debt that I like working. These are the ones that I didn't like working. This is the stuff that liquidated well for me. This is the stuff that did. You get the point. If you think that's a good idea and you want to see a video like that, definitely let me know. And I'll try to factor in some information about the price range, maybe where I bought the debt from, whatever information I can give you. If there's anything specific you want to know, please just let me know about that, because this is a video that I'm definitely interested in making, but only if there's interest in actually knowing that stuff. Now, there's 2 articles, these 2 right here. If you haven't already read these, and this, to be honest with you, this sort of drives me crazy because I get emails all the time from people asking for help, and I specifically wrote these 2 articles because I was getting the same questions over and over and over and over again. So these 2 articles address those questions. So people will claim to me that they read these articles, but then the people will ask me questions that I know are clearly answered on here. So the second article right here, it's linked right at the bottom here. Actually, that payment processing company that I told you about, the electronic check one, there's a link for that right here. And then the YouTube playlist, there's all these YouTube videos that I made, and I know that they're not the most entertaining to watch, but there's information in all of them. And I'm sorry about this, but it drives me crazy when someone reaches out and asks me about something that I've already covered to death on YouTube or through one of my articles, because it sort of shows me that they're not, they're not trying to do their own research, I guess. I put this little disclaimer in here sort of saying that although I've got information about servers and databases in here, that I've got something that is going to be released where if you don't have a server or a database, you won't have to worry about it. But the good news is that if you do have a server and a database, it's no problem. We can go ahead and retroactively roll that in. So a lot of cool things in the works. And again, I know this is going to come off as a little bit pretentious, a little bit paranoid, but I've got a list of some of the software and the technologies and the features that I'm integrating. And I blacked some of this stuff out because as I was looking at it, I was like, I don't want this so-and-so to know that that's what I'm working on right now, because I do have maybe a slightly irrational fear that one of these big companies is just going to undo all of the stuff I've done in the last 1,700 hours and just wipe it out in a week with some people that are more, I don't know, these companies aren't very agile, but I know that they are interested in some of this stuff, even if it's not on their immediate priority list. I just worry that if they know specifically what I'm working on, if it's going to be really easy for them to implement some of this stuff, I want to be the first person to it. I've been working very hard at making this a reality, and this is a highly edited version of what the software looks like. I'm not going to click on any links or anything like that, but this is just a sort of like the front page, I guess you could say. All of these links do work, but you can see that I'm not actually running anything right now. Um, I don't have like a server running, so the links won't work at the moment, but there is stuff here. And I still don't have a fake database made so that I could actually click through it and show you guys all the features without exposing real people's information. I need to get to it. It feels like a bad use of my time because it's going to take me maybe 2 or 3 hours to do that, and I just do not want to do that right now. But I promise I will get around to it sooner or later because I need to create like a demo project. So I'm going to create a way so that you can log into the fake account with the fake usernames, the fake accounts, and play around with it. So I will make that a feature so people can try it out and see what it's all about. And then this, I just found this online. I didn't know this was something you could do, but this tells you all the different files I have and how many lines of code are in there. So there's 22,000 lines of code. Granted, a lot of that stuff is like node modules and stuff that I didn't actually create, but I've put a lot of time and energy into this. And I'm super passionate about it. I'm super excited about it. And I really do think I can have a positive impact on this industry. So if you're not in an immediate rush to get up and running as soon as this week, try to hold out if you can. I promise you it will be worth it. And I know I already mentioned this, but please, if you are interested, please make sure to sign up on Debt.ooo. Just put your email address there, and you'll get a notification when it's available. And let's see. Besides that, I have this other article I wrote. I put it in Slack the other day. It's really nothing special, but if you're looking to start a collection agency, it might interest you because it sort of details some of the more I don't know, some of the more difficult things that I've dealt with when opening an agency and some things I've learned while I was running my business. So that's all of the stuff that I've been working on, some stuff I wanted to go over. And again, if you've emailed me, please make sure that you go through this stuff before expecting a response back. And if you wrote to me on Slack, I need a few days. I'm not going to be able to get to it today. I'm sorry. Again, hang in there. Every few days I check in. I catch up on all of the back messages I can within reason. But I am absolutely loaded at the moment. So, guys, please let me know what you want to see on future videos. Let me know if you want me to review the creditors. Let me know if you want to see a working prototype of my platform. Let me know if you have any frustrations with the platform that you're currently using, or something that you're stressed about, or something that you're aggravated or frustrated with that you want to know if maybe I can fix by changing the way something's done. Because debt collections is a very, very outdated industry. There's a lot of room for disruption, a lot of room for very cool new technologies to be implemented, and I'm really on a roll right now, and I want to make this thing awesome and impressive. So I'm open to any feedback that you guys might have. So I hope that you're all staying safe. I hope that you're all not losing motivation. I know that this is a very strange time that we're living in right now, and it's very easy to sort of fall into a funk at the moment. But stay motivated, and I'm here if you need me, even if it's not right away. Join the Slack group if you haven't already, and sign up to be notified when the software is released. Other than that, I hope you all have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.